We often hear about the importance of medicine for treating illness, but what about medicine for preventing it? I'm Kathy Robinson, and I write and speak about well-being for those in midlife and beyond. In this video, we'll explore the concept of movement as medicine in midlife, a proactive approach to health that focuses on enhancing cardiovascular endurance, building strength, and increasing mobility. I'll guide you through the basics, the different types of movement, practical tips for incorporating more activity into your daily routine, and ways to achieve the recommended amount of exercise each week. Before we get started, let me once again remind you that while I'm a certified wellness coach, I'm not a trainer, and this isn't medical advice. Before considering a change to your health and wellness routine, please consult your healthcare professional or a certified trainer. So let's get started. In our younger years, we tend to equate fitness with how we look. But as we age, it's more about how we feel. So what's the difference? To look fit, you focus on getting your body to appear a certain way, like toned or defined. But that doesn't automatically make you physically fit. Conversely, we've learned that different body shapes and sizes can have the fitness level needed to complete an array of physical challenges with ease. The term physical fitness is defined as the ability to carry out daily tasks with vigor and alertness, without undue fatigue, and with ample energy to enjoy leisure time pursuits and respond to emergencies. So using that as a guideline, how do we ensure that we can carry out our daily tasks, enjoy leisure activities, and yes, have enough in the reserve for emergency fight or flight situations? The answer is by living an active lifestyle. Before we get to the details, let's talk through some basic terminology. The first term is movement, which is defined quite simply as the act or process of moving. Basically, it's how you step through your day. It comprises all the activities of your routine, all of your steps, the things you carry, and how you move your body. The second term is exercise, and that's defined as bodily exertion for the sake of developing and maintaining physical fitness. This is usually done by repeating patterns of activity. Exercise is also referred to as working out, like going to the gym, taking a boot camp class, or running. Lastly, there's training, which is a notch above exercise in terms of intensity, because it's honed in on achieving a specific goal, such as lifting a particular weight, running a certain distance in a specific time, or playing a team sport. Training comprises an overall plan, and the workouts are structured to effectively meet and exceed that goal by applying something called progressive overload, which just means a gradual increase in volume, intensity, frequency, or time. You can think of these three phases as a spectrum of intensity, ranging from everyday motions, things that you do in your life daily, to structured exercise, to ultimately, if you're so inclined, targeted training programs. But many of us, especially as we age, can fall into a pattern of low intensity movement or even prolonged periods of inactivity, particularly if we work or our lifestyle involves a lot of sitting. In fact, it's been said that sitting is the new smoking. The good news is you have a choice. Instead of focusing on rigid exercise programs that can feel like a chore, consider integrating movement into your daily life in a more sustainable way. Exploring activities that challenge your body while also bringing enjoyment and improving your overall well-being. Keep that option in mind as we continue. You have a lot of flexibility in how you approach movement. Setting a mindful intention and creating a sustainable fitness practice, that's where you want to be. So, how do you begin to design a practice that's right for you? Public health guidelines suggest that adults get between 150 to 300 minutes of moderate activity or 75 minutes of vigorous aerobic activity, along with 2 muscle strengthening activities a week. Now, if you're just getting started or re engaging with fitness, it's fine to start with small increments, say 10 to 15 minutes a day. That'll get you to 75 minutes for the week, and you can build from there. The important thing is to move each day. In fact, there was an article published by the Harvard Medical School, and it referenced a study that concluded that 75 minutes a week of brisk walking can add 2 years to your life. For those of you already active, the key is to get that first 150 minutes in each week. There are additional benefits of getting more, but those first 2.5 hours are essential. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between moderate and vigorous activity. So let me give you some common examples of each. Moderate activity includes things like fast walking or slow jogging, cycling at 10 miles an hour, heavy cleaning like washing windows, vacuuming, carrying heavy loads, and even tennis doubles. Vigorous activity is more like climbing stairs or hiking, shoveling snow, cycling at 12 miles an hour, running at 6 miles an hour, playing soccer, basketball, or tennis singles. Now, how do you gauge the difference for yourself between moderate and vigorous activity? The answer is in understanding your heart rate zones. And I'll explain what that means and then help you calculate your heart rate zone. First, an overview. Heart rate zones are a way to be able to measure exercise intensity based on your heart rate, which can be measured with a smartwatch or a band that's placed around your chest and connected to your phone app or some cardio equipment. But the calculation itself is simple. It's based off of something called your maximum heart rate. And then that creates ranges associated with specific levels of exertion. Moderate intensity activity typically falls within heart rate zones 1 and 2. It's the kind of activity where you can still carry on a conversation comfortably while you're moving. Vigorous intensity activity corresponds to heart rate zones 3 and 4, where talking becomes more difficult while performing the movement. Let's get a little bit more specific. Zone 1 is considered very light, 50 to 60% of your maximum heart rate. It's used to warm up and cool down. Now, this zone is good for your health, but it will not improve your fitness conditioning. Zone 2 is 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. This is a great zone for improving your endurance and metabolism. Many ultra endurance athletes train in this zone. Zone 3 is considered to be more challenging, 70 to 80% of your maximum heart rate. The pace is challenging, but it can be held for 20 to 30 minutes. And it's a great zone for building speed and strength. Zone 4 is considered very hard, 80 to 90% of your maximum heart rate. This zone improves athletic performance, but it can be uncomfortable if you stay there too long. And there is even a zone 5, which is considered maximum, 90 to 100% of your maximum heart rate. And this is an all-out effort that's only used for short bursts of speed training, usually 30 to 60 seconds at a time. To calculate your heart rate for these zones, first estimate your maximum heart rate by simply subtracting your age from the number 220. For example, if you're 60 years old, like me, Your maximum heart rate would be 220 minus 60, which equals 160 beats per minute. For moderate exercise or zone 1 and 2, multiply your maximum heart rate by 50% for the lower limit and 70% for the upper limit. For our 60-year-old example, this translates to 80 to 120 beats per minute, the level where you can comfortably move and talk. For vigorous exercise, or zones 3 and 4, multiply your maximum heart rate by 70% for the lower limit and 90% for the upper limit. In our example, this would be 112 to 144 beats per minute, the level where you're feeling physically challenged. Keep in mind, this calculation is merely a guide. For the last year, I've used an Apple Watch for my fitness tracker, and I checked the app today and I was surprised to find that my heart rate zones associated with my profile are a bit higher than the calculation I just shared with you. So if you're a beginner or just getting back in the swing, using the 220 method to calculate your zones should serve you well. So why is movement so important as we age? Regular movement has been shown to boost mood, sharpen focus, reduce stress, increase energy levels, reduce body fat, reduce the risk of disease, and improve sleep. Yet despite all of these benefits, as we know, it can be difficult to consistently stick to a program. Forcing yourself to do exercise you don't enjoy will only last so long before your willpower gets depleted. Conversely, if you shift that view and see exercise as something that can release stress and be pleasurable, you'll be more likely to do it. Once that endorphin release is experienced on a regular basis, it will fuel the desire to do the activity again and again. Above all, it's important to find an activity or group of activities that uplift and energize you mentally, physically, and spiritually. What a gift it is to enjoy the feeling moving your body while having fun. Here are 7 things to consider to help you decide what movement is right for you. 1. It doesn't need to be a structured activity. 2. The more enjoyment, the higher the mental boost. 3. You can add mindfulness into the mix, like taking a mindful walk. 4. As you begin to move more, be on the lookout for additional benefits like reduced stress, pain relief, and better sleep. That will continue to fuel your efforts. 5. You can turn your activities into a creative outlet, such as an afternoon walk that generates ideas. 6. It can provide a sense of fulfillment by setting and achieving a goal or intention. And 7, it can become an integrated part of your day, such as gardening. That last point about consistently integrating low-grade activity into the day isn't a new concept. In fact, the Blue Zones research done by Dan Buettner shows that those who live longest tend to move every 20 minutes or so. These are folks who grew up fishing, farming, walking, dancing, doing Tai Chi, and doing moderate physical work of some kind for 5 to 10 hours a week. So what do you do if you don't have a Blue Zones lifestyle? Here are some suggestions for integrating low-grade activity into your day. Walk whenever possible. Go for a walk. Park farther than you need to. Take the stairs. Have walking meetings or walking coffee dates. Move while you're watching a screen or talking on the phone. Walk after your meals, which is also a great way to lower your blood sugar. You can also try a standing desk, and that has great health benefits and it keeps your blood circulating throughout the day. When you do need to sit, if you're reading a book or playing a game or watching TV, try sitting on the floor, and that engages your core muscles and your lower leg muscles. Try incorporating movement during home routine activities by being mindful of using both your right and left sides of your body, reaching up and squatting down, and engaging your legs and core as you do things like lift a heavy box from the floor, rearrange your furniture, get in and out of your car, carry heavy grocery bags, landscape, shovel, walk up and down the stairs, or even if you jump over some puddles of water or navigate uneven ground. As you can see, it's possible to include the right quantity and a variety of movement to keep yourself strong, agile, and mobile. With some reframing, you can develop fitness into your daily movement outside of the gym. Feel empowered to move your body in ways that feel good and is also challenging for you. Look for a nice combination of activities that include the things that you have to do, like your housework, your errands, and your yard work, with the things you love to do, like hiking, skiing, or swimming. Remember that the goal is to simply move more and get stronger in some way. Now, what if you don't know what activities speak to you at this point in your life? Here are three fun ways to brainstorm moderate and vigorous activities. 1. Reflect on your childhood. Consider the games and activities that you enjoyed. Many childhood games naturally incorporate a variety of movements, such as running, jumping, throwing, and catching, and that can provide some inspiration for your current fitness routine. How might you reintroduce joyful movements like playing tag, hopscotch, or riding your bike into your life today? The second is to explore your interests. Consider activities you've always wanted to try, such as dancing, rock climbing, or martial arts. These can provide both physical and mental stimulation and may even help you discover a long hidden passion or talent. And the third is to find activities that light you up. Choose activities that make you smile and that you genuinely enjoy. Whether it's hiking, playing a sport, taking a class, or simply dancing around your living room, the key is to find something that you look forward to doing. And then once you do, consider joining an affiliated group, such as a class, a league, or a club, for social connection and additional motivation. So give it all some thought. Experiment. Try different things until you find something that resonates with you. And once you do find something you like, check in with yourself and see how you feel before, during, and after. If it's not a great fit, move on to something else. But just keep moving. I'd like to leave you with a quote from writer George Bernard Shaw. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. I hope this episode gave you some helpful guidance so you can create your fitness routine based on your personal preferences. And remember to include activities that are fun and impactful for you while being workable and sustainable within the structure of your life. Because what's the best exercise? It's the one you keep doing. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back with part 3 of Strong and Vital. And until then, be well.